how resilient do you think Ergo is for proof of work regulations and bans? That's one thing I like about GPU mineable proof of work is that, it has the ability to have a pretty small and movable footprint. In terms of like governments creating quote unquote wars on things with profit incentive, that fails, right? History has shown that just fails. It doesn't work. It's like a war on crime, war on drugs, whatever. When there's a economic incentive there, people are going to take advantage of that, right? It is true that with ASIC mining, you do have a bigger footprint, so there's potential. Let's just say easier to identify and kind of eliminate larger farms. But when it comes to small home miners and publicly available general purpose parts, the only thing I can say is good luck.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Am I still there, Joe? I think, okay. I thought I froze for a second there. And not for the law. Just to back you up on that, before you go to the next question, it's difficult. We touched this before on when you were talking about shutting down Ergo Mixer. How do you shut it down? We can go and yell at people on Twitter to shut down all their nodes. That's about all we can do because decentralized. Well, here it's also decentralized. We're talking about decentralized network. How are you going to regulate that? It was the same thing with trying to regulate the internet. Take it for what it is, right? So I'm not saying that everything on the internet is positive, right? And there are some harmful things on the internet, obviously, right? But did it find this critical mass of, being more useful than harmful, much more useful than harmful? Yes, it did, right? Did the government try to regulate it? Yes, it did. Do some governments still try to regulate it? Yes, they do. There's different governments that try to block the internet, try to censor it or whatever. In the end, they all fail. In the end, it's all still very siloed. It's all very regional, right? So regulations, how do you regulate a decentralized ecosystem that's worldwide? The answer is you can't. You can try, you can pick at little pieces of it. You might be successful in a microcosmic sense, but on the macro level, you will always fail. The governments will always fail to do this. And really it is our responsibility as an ecosystem to not just kind of say, well, screw you guys, we're going to do what we want. We got to be responsible with it, right? Because if we want to regulate ourselves, if we want to be the ones, writing the narrative, we have to take responsibility with it. And we need to be responsible with what we do, right? But that's to each their own, right? We just need to reach a critical mass of being a lot better at doing good stuff than shitty stuff. And I think in the long term, everything's going to be all right.